Hello, everyone. Today I will continue talking about Hey on episodes. This one is my favorite of Rhonda episodes. The episode starts with Rhonda showing off to the kids in school her scar that is suspended. As she was doing so, she's also acting more stuck up than usual. She thinks she's better than the other kids and she hates what they're eating from their bad lunches, judging her best friend for what she's wearing, and thinking Stinky is lame for not having money. Her uppance finally come for her as she arrives home and she discovered that her family have to sell their stuff and that they're broke due to the stock exchange not going in her father's favor. They have enough money to move into Arnold's boarding house, which horrified Rhonda. Immediately things get bad for Rhonda as she meets Mr. Wynn, who's constantly sneezing in front of and near people with his coat without covering his mouth to see the biggest bum in Oscar, who has the nerve to take some bites out of their next night's dinner. Rhonda finally comes face to face with Arnold, who she begs to not tell people that she is poor. Arnold tries to tell her that none of the kids will care, but she is being stubborn about it. Rhonda's having a worse time than her parents. They are all weirded out by the residents of the boarding house who are purposely acting disgusting. However, her parents are handling their financial problem better, which is more than I would have given them credit for, following the Rhonda Glasses episode, where her mother kind of acted just as childish as Rhonda. Rhonda is sick of the boarders as she couldn't believe how her parents are adjusting better to their situation than she is. Her mother's even learning to recycle. Rhonda decided to do it too, but she ended up in a dumpster at school where she is found by the other kids and she is forced to finally confess that she is poor. She spent more of her time in her room in the boarding house just moping and feeling sorry for herself as Arnold just walks by, and I like how he has this bored expression that says to me, "Oh, please," as this continued a few more times before he finally confronts Rhonda. After Rhonda refused to eat because she believes she is poor, that she shouldn't bother, Arnold finally calls her out on her BS. He calls her pathetic and once again reiterated to her that people did not care if she was rich and poor, which is true. The other kids may have looked and talked amongst themselves, but none of them even laughed at her when they found out. Arnold told Rhonda that she is still Rhonda whether she is rich or not, and he told her that unless being rich is all that she is for her character, then what is she exactly? As this is something that she needed to hear. Rhonda spent her remaining time changing her style, and now she made her own clothes from the shower curtain. In the brown bed that she once mocked the other kids for and decorating so she can add her own personal taste to it, Rhonda added some vegetables and fruits that her parents have in their room for her school lunch. Arriving at school, she showed all the things that she modified herself so she can have herself a good time. The last thing she tries to do is power walk out to school before her parents shows up and a new car to inform her that they were rich again thanks to her father's stocks bouncing back. Rhonda's bad to her smug self again, but she did learn her lesson a bit as she had to fight the urge to not call Arnold poor when she gives him money for him giving her the lecture that she needed. Whatever dollar that she gave him seems to be so good that the other boys must chase after her to get the same as Arnold keeps it and go about his day as the episode ends. My final thoughts on the episode is that Arnold should tell people off more often if it helps them to lock in. I like how he tries to ignore her at first since she was acting like it was the end of the world. As she finally sees what it's like to live like common people, Rhonda was acting pathetic. People like this stuff is why I might understand why some rich people must teach their children how to behave because Rhonda is so spoiled that a few disgusting stuff that happens at the boarding house nearly broke her. I do understand that Wynn should have covered his mouth when he needs to, let something out, and the food should not be served with other people's germs in it. That's disgusting. The boarders should have acted like they got some sense even amongst themselves. Her parents acted way more mature about it, despite what past episodes might have people believe. I give Rhonda credit for still needing to add her own flair to stuff when she finally gets her act together. This is who Rhonda is, and I had grown to like it when she doesn't have to use money or social status to make people like her. If people thought Rhonda was too much, they would have been distancing themselves from her. Being rich should not be a person's personality. The other kids never cared about that kind of stuff, and I like that they kept that going throughout the entire series. That's all, folks. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more.